Look, I'll make the case that Italy had a really easy qualifying group.
They did.
They got a pretty easy group here, right? That's fair to say.
No, they didn't cut to Roberto Mancini and he had a big smile on his face. Because
he was already at the party.
Because he didn't want to give it away, right? But let me tell you, with all respect to the other teams in this group, I think Italy will be very pleased with the way it's unfolded. Turkey have got better in the last couple of years, there's no doubt about that. Switzerland are always a tough team to play against in terms of the way they play. And I just don't think the Welsh have got enough. You know, they've got, OK, you can say, well, they've got Aaron Ramsey at Juventus and they've got Gareth Bale. Yes, but I think it takes a little bit more than that. As Argentina have proved at major tournaments, at World Cups, and they have the best player on the planet. So I think from Italy's perspective, you are right. You know, the group stage was a little easy for them. But just the way they played, the way Mancini had them set up, the way the younger players come in to mix with the experienced players. You've got Chiellini to come back from his injury, which is long-term at Juventus. How's that going to work out? You've got the experience of Bonucci still there. You've got youngsters like Zaniolo, Sensi, Barella, and they've got goals up front, which obviously they got in the qualifiers, albeit against weaker opposition. But if I was Italian, and I'm not, I would be super excited about going to this tournament.
And I think that it's also more so what Craig talked about. They now press, they're more progressive, they keep possession, they've got pace to their style, they're completely against their tradition. So you look at the group and say, okay, yeah, I'm optimistic, but I think the optimism was already there because they've progressed quickly after the debacle in 16. I disagree a little bit with Craig in the sense that I do think the Welsh may have something here. If Ramsey can stay healthy, Bale figures out his club situation, then you throw Daniel James in it. But when you look at this group, it's the Italians to lose, and I think that's fair. No matter how easy qualifying was, the way the Italians have gone about it and changed their DNA, I think Craig's right. I think they're more progressive and they're more exciting to watch as opposed to traditionally, you know, we're going to sit in, we're going to defend, we're going to be good on set pieces. They've got a little element of a surprise to them.
Well, the whole Italian,
the
whole sort of mindset in Italy, I think, has changed. I mean, I know we have Serie A on our network every weekend, and it used to be Italian football was known to be a little bit dull and boring and methodical. It was catenaccio, it was defensive. You watch Serie A now, not all the time, but a lot of the time, the mindset has changed. If you watch Napoli, if you watch teams like that, if you watch Juventus and all these big teams, the way that they try and play Fiorentina, they're looking for a more exciting style of football, and I think that's what Mancini's trying to bring to the national team. Because recently, trying to do it the other way, the old way for Italy, hasn't really worked.
No.
Games in Group A will be played in Rome, but also Baku in Azerbaijan. So Italy goes 10 for 10 in their qualifying. They're plus 33 goal differential. Again, getting back to the fact that they haven't really been tested yet. Ian, are you buying so far what we've seen of this rebirth from the Italian national team?
I think they're absolute bankers with the draw that they've got, particularly guaranteed 2 goals at home, 2 games at home in Rome. It is an emerging team. It's a changed team. It's a nice mix, as the boys have been saying. After that, in that group, it's a real bun fight. I'd never write off Switzerland. They're a mighty hard team to beat. They could always nick a point off you. As for Turkey, remember, they've got the coach that took them to the World Cup semi-final back from 2002, and they beat France in one of the qualifiers. And you've got Wales as well. There's Bale, there's Ramsey, but really that team is made up of a lot of championship players. Daniel James's pace gives them a chance. I think Ryan Giggs will be rubbing his hands and say, well, at least this draw gives us a chance of second place.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.